Right here, I'll see you in live, alright? Hello, people. Just thought I'd do a wee bit of live session. Just not too long back after my MRI today, so I know we'd be doing a bit of digital painting, but thought we'd just chill out and or do some actual digital painting instead, or normal painting. Sorry, I can't talk today. So yeah. So yeah, just having a bit of painting going on. I know we would be doing a bit of digital painting, but I have to say, my arm's a wee bit too sore today to just do a bit of drawing, so I'm just gonna get some models done anyway and just have a nice little chat. Just going to share this channel in the Discord. See if we can get a couple more viewers in. Kick back, relax, and paint up some blue boys. So there we go. Red boys. No, blue boys. Sean can paint up the red boys. The hell is Discord? Bet you it's over on the other monitor. Nope. Just not opening up. Just open up, will you, you dumb piece of shit. There we go. Cool. Right. So that's Discord notified there anyway. So yeah. Just going to get up some reference here as to painting ultramarines. usually find these feckers. Inceptors, there we go. You know, I have to say those ones, the multi-part ones look absolutely awesome. Because I got these ones from the other set. They do, bro, don't they? Just doing some shading on the recesses at the moment. Is the music too loud, bro? A little bit. How's that? Man, bro, it doesn't take that long to answer. Yes, no. Lower, higher. Better, cool. Right, even though this may be a wee bit messy, doesn't matter because we'll be fixing it back up with McCrag later anyway. So, oh, Jesus. So, yeah, only doing the recording, bro, basically, so we can just stick it up on YouTube for tomorrow as well, you know? The half 7 kind of crept up on us a wee bit too fast, didn't it, bro? Have to kind of remember, just kind of keep him in frame. So gotta get used to that. There. Might be a bit better. Yeah. Some stage it might actually focus. When I get a 3D printer, bro, I'm going to be making my own paint tray. And I'm going to be downloading Warhammer scenery designs from Thingiverse and everything like that. And I'm going to be combining it into the actual paint tray. But then when you print it out, you can print it out in sections. It's going to look awesome, you know. Then I'll be printing out my own tanks, you know, like Baneblade. Would you like a Baneblade, bro? I'd like a Baneblade again. Fortress of Redemption. So many scenery parts. There we go. Heading off the camera again. Monday is a quiet day for people streaming anyway. So I'm kinda expecting a very low audience tonight. Wouldn't get many tonight. But last Friday was a bit of a joke. Now couldn't get D&D to be working on the actual PC, so we couldn't really have a proper game night. So we just ended up playing some Minecraft instead. So hopefully, I'm after getting D&D working again, so hopefully it'll work again this Friday. But I'll launch it up before I'll go live anyway. And therefore all I have to do is just click a button to go live when it's all ready. So it won't be too long before I actually have my operation on my shoulder. So what the plan will be before that is the week of my operation, myself and my brother are going to be hosting a 24-hour live stream. And we're going to be throwing in a giveaway or two during those 24 hours. People can participate with us by staying in on the chat and doing the 24-hour challenge with us if they want. But we'll be doing a 24-hour challenge where we will see how many models we can complete within those 24 hours. Sean is going to be doing the custodies, also known as the custard creams, whereas I'll be doing the tin cans, also known as the Grey Knights. So I'm hopping onto that bandwagon. Just because I can, but also thanks to Sean for donating the Grey Knights to me. I actually wouldn't have them if it wasn't up for him. I've already gotten one of them nearly done actually. There he is at the moment. So I just got to do the transfers down his leg and finish off the pilot in the cockpit and do the gold trimming. And that's pretty much it once it's done, because the sword is done. So I just got to do some gold typography, the thingamajigabobby and the Mechanicus symbol at the back, the pilot, and then that's it. So I have some iron hand steel coming in, which I need for the pilot. And I also need it for the Necrons that's coming in, that I have at the side there anyway. The Necrons are all primed up and ready to go. yeah, it's going to be a lovely 24-hour stream. I believe that I'm going to get all of the Necrons finished, whereas Sean believes I won't, and he'll get all his Custodes finished, which will be 15 Custodes, and then in order to even out the numbers, as he's got 15 Custodes, he's going to be doing another blah amount of Smurfs, just to even out the numbers a bit anyway. But I reckon he's not even going to get 10 Custodes done. Now these Custodes have to be done to a battle ready standard, and the same with the Necrons. So we're just doing them up to a battle ready, because if we ever wanted to come back and do more on them, at least they'll be done as battle ready, and they can be actually played with instead of looking grey on the table. So I could actually bring down my Necrons to Wexford, and I could actually have a battle with my brother for once. See how we could actually battle each other for once instead of just painting all the time. Because believe it or not, I actually haven't had a battle. Neither has my brother. We haven't actually battled together. We've tried, but not really. Not to the point of where we've actually had a good battle report. So we really want to give it a good shot. So hopefully when actual proper lockdown lifts, and I mean proper lockdown lifts and all the places open up again, we'll be able to bring all of our stuff over to the community centre and set up a table. Just knock out a couple of battle reports. You never know, we might actually record it and then stick it up on the channel later, you know. Because Sean will be doing the battle reports because he knows all the lore. Well, he tries to know all the lore. Love you, bro. Even though you're my big nerd. Well, the thing is, you're my big nerd. You're no one else's, like. You're just my big nerd. And you spoil me. God, the amount of fucking paint I'm actually going through. Seeing on the news how all the English fans were just disrupting everywhere, and I mean, they just caused chaos everywhere. Like imagine if you were an Italian fan, you came over to England to watch the match, and then also stay a couple of days in England and view some of the lovely architecture around there, and that just to turn around and get bet up by a couple of British hooligans. It's like ridiculous. They completely trashed their own country, and they didn't take into account that, that the pandemic is still going on. I mean, the crowds were absolutely ridiculous. They trashed everywhere they could, and they broke out in fights everywhere. I think it's official that we can call England the worst country in the world. I still got some beautiful, nice people over there, but it's just bad and extremely sad that the fans have ruined it for so many people. Like, I'm not a supporter of football or hurling or anything, but they have ruined it for so many people. Okay. Now, I'll be doing this bolt gun here. Just throw a bit of contrast paint right over the blue here. We have another viewer in. Don't be shy, say hi. Watermelon sugar. There goes me dropping the brush. Thought I could get away with it by just putting contrast over this blue without undercoating it, but no, I'm not. It's actually soaking up the paint. Whoops. See it soaking up there. Well, whoopsie doodle. I'll learn. Thought I could take a shortcut. Never know, I think I still can by actually throwing another coat of contrast over this. And that would be that done then. 3 viewers in. Don't be shy, say hi. Watermelon sugar. Dorby7, hello. How you keeping? Thank you for joining the stream. Just doing a wee bit of painting after my MRI, so we're just doing a bit of chilling. What do you work at? Manager of a children's home. No wonder you're knackered. You poor person. Manager of a children's home. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, fuck that. I hate kids. Yeah. Fair play to anyone who can handle kids, because I can't. So you have my utmost regards and gratitude for keeping the little demons at bay. Yeah, you really should. It's not only is the story to the models are really good, but it's a beautiful community that we have going here. I think you really should, like, you know, what would you be interested in, fantasy or sci-fi? Are you more of a Lord of the Rings / D&D person, or would you be more of a go explore Mars, Titan, Saturn, and the outer worlds? Alien races and you love the Space Marine stuff. Right. Nice. Yeah, the boys of the Imperium. You can't get anything finer than my blue boys. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's right, boys. They're my blue boys. Blue boys are the best in the Imperium. The Emperor's finest. Chosen warriors, apart from the custodies. Yeah, the orcs. Oh, now the new orcs that came out with the kill team there, just got previewed. They're yesterday and today. No, yesterday and the day before. And they'll be on pre-order soon enough. And the orcs that are coming with it, they're getting revamped, so they're getting all done again. And yeah, they're after coming out with some beautiful models, I have to say. They're looking good. You know, I'm quite happy with some of the bigger bolters and weapons that they've got. More dack it, more whack it, more warg. Don't really know much about the world, but I enjoy Warhammer Online. But I like the look of the miniatures. Yeah, seriously, it's with these contrast paints, it's so much easier to paint. Anyone can get into painting, even if you don't have a time schedule to yourself to sit down and paint. If you just give it 5 minutes, one day of just undercoating a model to like grey cere or right bone, which are two different variant color types. One would be a lighter skin shade, and the other one would be more of a grey shade. So if you're painting one up in a grey shade, you'd come along with a contrast paint, and there you go. You cover up that whole entire model with that contrast paint. That's the armor done. And then you could come along with a dry brush and dry brush it up even more. And then you just sit there and you go over again with the grey cere or the right bone in other parts of the model, like the weapons, the belt, and you use other contrast paints like snakebite leather or the flesh, blue, black. You'd get them done in no time. So if you do have a Games Workshop store near you, you can pop in to the store and they let you try out the contrast paints, and you even get to bring a model home. And I think they might do you up a goodie bag, also depending on the store that you go into as well. Some stores will do you up a goodie bag, some don't. It all depends on which one you go into. Yeah, it is an expensive hobby, but that's just like every other hobby out there. Every other hobby out there is really expensive anyway, so no matter what hobby it is, it's expensive, but it's worth it because you get to see your progress from one model to another, because you don't get any worse or at it, you know. Like you'll do up a model and that'll be your first model done. You'll be like, oh my god, I'm so proud of that. And then you move on to your next one, and it'll be better than your first one, but you wouldn't have realized it. And then you look back at your first model and you say, oh my god, that was actually my first model. But then you've seen your progress along the way, and you wouldn't have noticed it if you were to just keep going. But you will notice, but not notice, if that makes any sense. But no matter your paint style or how you paint, no one is ever bad at painting. Okay? So don't let anyone ever tell you you're a bad painter, because everyone has always started somewhere. And if someone tells you you're a bad painter, that person is negative, and you have to make sure you have to stay away from that person. in my book, everyone is an awesome painter. Like, I may say I'm a pro-ish painter, but I'm only experienced by doing it for 24 years. And my brother, which is the Red Brother, who has been doing it for 17 years. That's pretty good that you actually like getting better at doing things, you know, and seeing your progress. Because the hobby is not just about painting models, it's about playing the game, setting the environment for it by also making scenery. And the more you can make small dioramas for it, and the more of the scene you set, the better, you know. And you can really start seeing your imagination come to life. Oh, I enjoy making dioramas all the time. I haven't played much of a game within the 24 years. Myself and my brother really haven't played much. We've more or less stayed with the painting stage. Missed a bit. So where would you be from, Dorby? Please don't say England, because I was just giving out about England because of the fans. Shit. Seems relaxing, especially if I'm more tired from work, to do active stuff. It is a really nice, relaxing hobby to do. You just kick back, relax, don't worry about it, just slap on some paint and just watch a film. I'm from Ireland. As you can tell, my beautiful Irish ways. I didn't really watch the game. I'm not really into sport, but I've just seen it on the news today on how the fans reacted and acted throughout the city and the stadium. It was ridiculous. Beating up. What's the point in beating up a kid? Like, this old man punched a kid. There's my Discord going. The 3 young players were racially abused as well. Oh my god, really? What's the point, like, you know? They ruin it for everyone that's there. Especially people who just want to go to the match and then go home. Like, imagine travelling 10,000 miles just to go see a match and then get bet up by the fans. Nah. I think this is the most I have ever talked about sports. Other than that, I'm not a sports person. Like, I talk about sports and an injury happens to me. Okay, well, if you're going to be getting into the hobby anyway, I have a couple of tips and tricks for you. So, a couple of ways for you to save money on it. I will only use brushes that's only accessible to every single one of my followers. So I won't use any expensive brush because I'll only use what's only available by the store. Yeah, I'd kind of gathered that most streamers wouldn't talk about sports, apart from the ones that are actually streaming playing FIFA. How do they actually call that a game? God, it's more like an interactive DVD. I heard someone got, I was being told that someone in Ireland got pulled up for being racist by going into a coffee shop and asking for a black coffee. And your one turned around to him and said, sorry, you're going to have to order that again by saying something different for the coffee. And your lad was like, what? She says the coffee is called Americano. You're not allowed to say black coffee anymore. And I was like, oh my god, like, you know, just. I only use the Citadel brushes or the Army Painter brushes. Yeah, like black coffee is black coffee, right? Call it what it is. If I want to go into a shop and ask for a black coffee, I'm going to go into a shop and ask for a black coffee. Pretty soon we won't be able to go into a bar and order whiskey on the rocks because we'll probably offend someone. Even though I wouldn't have it on the rocks. You have to have whiskey without just plain. Burn a couple of brain cells, you know. We're actually not allowed to call people male or female now. We have to say our friends. But then again, they'd still get offended because, you know, we're not friends. We don't know each other and everything like that. It's gotten to the stage where we can't say boo. And it's gotten to the stage where it's gotten out of control. Because there's another person that follows us. He's a teacher in the US and can't refer to anyone as male or female. And can't call them guys or gals or buds or buddies. It's absolutely ridiculous. And he was saying that it's messing with his whole entire vocabulary. It is bonkers. Do bonkers. Alright, so let's bring you over some tips and tricks anyway. Okay. Right, so when you're getting some supplies from GW, obviously you're going to be getting some brushes or army painter brushes. I recommend getting the army painter brushes, alright, because they have a nice triangle base that you can hold. I feel it's more comfortable for me to hold it because every now and then I keep losing feeling in my hands because of my whole arm problem. Whereas the GW brushes are very skinny and they just fall through. Now I have ordered a small layer and a medium layer synthetic brush, so I'll be testing them out to see what they're like. They're the cheaper GW brushes. Couple of tips. What you need to get is some isopropanol. It is this stuff here. It's isopropanol alcohol. It's 99.9% pure alcohol. It's just rubbing alcohol. It's used for cleaning. It's also used in hand sanitizer. So what you need to do is you need to get yourself some of that, and also get some fluid retarder. Okay. Because if you're going to start it, might as well jump in the deep end. Glazing medium is always very handy to have on the side. Okay, I'm going to get into what they are for there now anyway. Oh, sorry, I gotta pull up my pants, my belt is cutting off circulation. Right, the isopropanol is also used for cleaning and cleaning your brushes. It's handy for stripping paint, and it's also handy for if you make a mistake on your model, alright, after priming, and then you put a layer of paint over it. If you want to go back a stage, like pressing Ctrl Z on the computer, you can get a cotton bud stick with isopropanol on it, and you can rub off one layer of paint at a time with it. It's like pressing Ctrl Z on the keyboard, and that's exactly what it's also used for. I have isopropanol in a cup here with brush cleaning, not too sure if you can see that, with a brush cleaner thing to stick in the bottom of the cup, and I have isopropanol with some water in there. I put it in a bottle like this with a 2-to-1 mix, so that's two water, 1 mix of ISO, and then you shake it up, just get it all mixed and everything like that, and you pour it in there into your thing to clean your brushes. But then you also have another one to take off the isopropanol. because you don't want the isopropanol staying on your brushes, just in case it ends up loosening up any of the glue holding the bristle hairs or anything like that. So that's what the isopropanol is for, because it's also for airbrushing. Another little tip is the mediums and the fluid retarder. Okay, what we're going to get into there now. It's for the wet palette hair. Now, instead of actually buying a wet palette, you can make your own wet palette. Okay. When you're in the GW store, you'll see a packet like that. Okay. And that's with all the grass tufts inside it, for putting onto your bases and making them look all pretty and sparkly and, you know, wonderful. So then you get these yellow cloths. Oh Jesus, I still got a transfer in there. Oops. So you get those yellow cloths and some grease-proof paper, and there you go. You've got a homemade wet palette. Okay. Now I got the Armory Painter one because, you know, it was like I always wanted one, and considering I had the spare money on the side, I decided to get myself one. But the funny thing is, I actually use this for my transfer sheets now. Okay, so it's still very handy to have, because even though I left that transfer there, that is actually still good. Okay, I can still use that transfer because it's also still that there is still moist. The fluid retarder will help keep your paints wet. It will stop it from drying out. Okay. That's got a little bit of glycerin in it. Okay, with water. So it's got actually more glycerin than water, but it's still very watery. So that will actually help do wet blending on your model. So if you're doing 2 to 3 colors at a time on your model and you're wanting to blend them together, you can mix your paints with some fluid retarder on your wet palette, and you can wet blend your colors together. It really helps. Glazing does exactly what it says on the tin. It's just for glazing, and you're literally putting your paint on like a glaze. So it goes on like water, and it kind of does change the medium of the paint. That's the last thing you do. Which, to what now? Oh, the glaze. I rarely glaze. I don't use it. I'll only glaze if it comes up to a model that I really want to enjoy. Say like Reboot Gilliman that I'm working on here. So I'm working on Reboot Gilliman. I'll actually start doing some glazing on his armor. So it's a good thing that you're new to the channel as well, because I'll be making another tutorial on how to do marble. And if you love the Ultra Boys, you're gonna... Oh, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Whoop! Let's have a little party. Follow for a party. Follow for a party. Yeah, I'll always have tips and tricks up my sleeve anyway, so I have loads and loads of information, like 24 years of information that I just want to get out there. So there's going to be loads of content on this channel because we do digital artwork, painting nights, game sessions. And we're also in the middle of making a cartoon. So it's going to be good. There's going to be loads of content for you to watch anyway. And I will be turning this into an everyday job. Well, that's the plan anyway. I do upload to YouTube. I do. I download. So tomorrow, I'll download tonight's video, and I'll upload it. So it'll always be uploaded the next day. So it's gonna be awesome. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So we're not too far away from actual 50 followers now, I think. I think we're coming up close to 50, I'm not too sure. But yeah, as soon as we get to 50, we're going to be an affiliate, and then things are going to be getting more exciting, and then it's going to be awesome. Oh, yeah, so it's going to be awesome, like, you know, because with these Inceptors that came out with No Fair, or the other one anyway, one of the boxes, they came out with this plastic stand. As you know, the police, then I don't watch anything whilst driving. No, I don't know the police, but I actually thought you would have meant that you watch it on public transport while driving. So yeah, no, I don't involve me in any driving while. Yeah, because I don't want to be involved in any car crashes. See in the headlines next day: Twitch streamer causes driver to cause a 5-car pileup because he did something ridiculous live. But, oh, so good having a nice vape. So good. It's like Deadpool stepping into Crocs. Now, I need to get some Retributor Gold. I highly recommend that you get some liquid green stuff as well, okay? Because GW don't always have perfect joins, okay? When it comes to clip the peg models, clip a little bit off the peg. Always clip a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit off. Okay, they overcompensate too much on the peg, so you want to get a tighter squeeze on it. Oh, that's what she said. Hey, look, I'm actually representing today. Ha! Oh, Jesus. There we go. Grab it while it's hot. Oh, it's rub me like a help cat. Or something like that. I don't know. Wet palettes are really handy for keeping your paints moist. But in dead heats like this, your wet palette can tend to dry out. So if you have a syringe with a little plastic tube on it, you can just grab some water from your... Ah! Spraying water all over my computer. Whoops. Army Painter paints or GW Painter or Vallejo. But if you really want to stick to the GW tutorials, then yeah, I'd suggest you'd get their paints. What was I wanting to do? Water. So, in the dead heat room, your wet palette will dry out, so you just need to top it up with a little bit of water every now and then to keep your paints moist. With my brother in the stream as well, you're probably pissing him off by going moist. I can just see his face every time. Say hi, bro. Be nice. So together we actually make the Imperial Brothers. And that's the reason why I use Army Painter brushes. Well, it's expected today that I drop more brushes anyway, because as soon as the doctor stuck me with that contrast needle, oh, felt like he hit bone. But for a few seconds, as soon as he put the anesthetic in, for a few seconds, I felt relief. Well, it's the main reason why I'm doing streaming, because I couldn't think of any other career path to go down. I was wanting to be an animator, but my shoulder just got really, really bad. Basically, I dislocated it too many times, and I had the job set up for myself, and all I had to do was finish off the animation reel, and I had the job. But before I could even get anywhere near started on the animation reel, my arm just goes again and sets me back. I couldn't draw, couldn't even raise my arm. So I spent a year and a half training myself to draw with my wrist that I spent a lifetime getting out of. So I had to spend a year and a half training myself the bad habit of every single artist out there. Because usually you're meant to be drawn with your whole arm instead of your wrist. You get better movements, better arcs, better circles. It's just a better way of drawing. So I decided to turn my hobby into my life. So myself and my brother decided to go head to head and set up a page called the Imperial Brother. So we turned my normal Instagram page into it, and we just went from there. Now we're on Twitch. If you don't move your arm much, then you are drawn with your wrist. So yeah, when I said I was 24 years experience in Warhammer, that is a full 24 years, but with a 7-year break. So the 7-year break was me in college and art courses. And whatever I learned in art, I also taught my brother. So he knows everything that I know. And he was the best artist in his school when he was going to school. Does he have a channel? My brother has a channel. Yes, you'd be under Sean Grace. The same logo that we have as well. I may actually put his channel name down in the description. The person that is linked in our description at the moment, Adam, is a good friend of the channel because we started up Instagram more or less together at the same time. So he's a good friend of mine. The only thing is I couldn't fully support him on Patreon, so this is my way of supporting him, is by advertising Adam. He's a really, really good hobbyist now. There is links down below to our link tree to get to Instagram and all of our other social medias. So if you want to join the Discord, you can do, because every digital session that we do, we hope to have our followers to follow along with us. So if you follow us on Twitch and subscribe to us on YouTube, then join the Discord channel and send me a private message saying you done that with your email, you'll actually be given the digital package, and the digital package gets upgraded every time. So the digital package is for Photoshop tools, brushes, etc., and tutorials that you can follow along with. But it's only for the people who have subscribed to both channels. Because art, knowledge should be free. You shouldn't have to pay for knowledge. Which is why I'm only offering it to people who have followed us on both. Like, it doesn't take much to give us a follow on YouTube and Instagram. Doesn't cost much. Like, the more followers I get, the better, because then I start becoming an affiliate and whatnot and blah 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 blah. I still get to offer the public free content of knowledge that I have learned, but at the cost of the creators. Discord says it's invalid though. Really? Jesus. Alright, need to update that. Cool, thank you very much. And thank you very much for subbing to YouTube. I should have a private channel name, but hang on. Copied. That's the username there anyway, if you want to add us on Discord. Gotta go with the grooves, you know. Just gotta. Thank you very much. You are part of the digital package now. So as soon as you send on your email address on Discord, I'll send on the digital package. It's very small at the minute. I still need to add instructions on how to install the tools on Photoshop. But they're tools, brushes, and color swatches. The color swatches are the very same colors as GW. I'm adding them as I'm going along. But the brushes and tools have been brought by myself over the years. And we do Warhammer artwork. But if you have a special request, then we'll do a special request, no bother. There's nothing that I can't draw. And I've even given it my best challenge. Look at me, I'm being very big-headed now. Oh no, there's a pin coming! A little bit of goofing around. That's my username. So it's the easiest way to add us, because every time I try to invite someone to the server, it just keeps getting. So I'll invite just by using username. And I'll invite another streamer you should check out is Gus the Hut. He's an excellent streamer. Let's see if he's online at the moment. Let's move this over to the other screen here. So I can. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. So I can keep an eye on chat. Okay, I found where to send friend request. Ah, awesome. Cool. Thank you very much. Got it there now anyway. Amelia P, would that be you? Yeah, cool. Right. Yeah, so I'll see if Gus the Hut is online. He's another excellent streamer. Gus. I'll get his link and should give him a follow as well, because he's really cool. Gus the Hut, no, he's offline at the moment, but still, I'll post his link there in the chat. You have to use your character's name from Final Fantasy. So he's really cool anyway, and he's also got another Discord channel where he's got a massive community and everyone just talks, shares their work anyway, and they're really cool. Okay, so that's silver. Bro, the Inceptor on GW there, the Sergeant, I think it is his knee yellow with black or blue squares? I think they're blue squares. I just haven't got my glasses at the moment because I left them inside yet again. Cool, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. He's He's a cool dude. I'll always give credit to anyone who's like, you know, really, really nice and sound out. Like I was watching his stream there one day and I totally didn't expect him to give me a shout out and so many followers and everything like that, and he even allowed me to post in his Discord channel to go live, and I just got loads of viewers, so I was like thrilled, absolutely thrilled. Okay, now we have the screen back over here, so it doesn't look like I'm actually. Yeah, he is really, really tough guy. It's fairly funny as well, like, you know, he does dad jokes and dad puns all the time. And if you end up saving 5,000 bits, he'll paint you a model. I'm hoping to do something like that anyway, where you can save up bits in the chat, and so I'll paint you a model as well. But Brother Sean is working on a commission at the moment from the last giveaway that we had. But yes, that's one thing we also do. Yellow and blue. Thank you very much, bro. Crap, that's straight out. Yeah, we do giveaways and competitions every now and then. Because I like to get people to try push themselves. So I'll do homemade trophies and get people to fight for the homemade trophies. It was the plan after all. Yes. Fight to the death. Oh, Diego. Shreddy. Yeah, it is, I'd say, myself and my brother do a face-off every now and then. We'll be doing the 24-hour live stream soon enough. Stay up for 24 hours straight. And the only thing is, we're only allowed to stop for food and toilet breaks. Other than that, we have to keep painting. I hope you're getting ready for it, bro. It's possibly coming up soon with the way things are going with me doctor's appointments. Because we'll be doing it the week of the operation. Sounds like a normal shift. Well, if you're dealing with children, yeah. Ding. Ding, ding, ding. Well, let's see, we got half an hour left of the stream here. So we're not too bad. We got the gold done. I think I can just glue him on there now and don't have to worry about reaching in behind that gold. Yeah, I'll need another operation on the arm. This will leave me tired. Yeah. What's going on with... Ah, yes. Yes, whew. God, it's warm. Yeah, turn time's a charm, and apparently I'm getting seen to by this real posh dude who knows his stuff anyway. A lot of famous people have seen him anyway. So, maybe third time's a charm. So, apparently he does work for the NHS, but he's after taking over cases from the Irish backlog. So he's part of the NTFP scheme. So I've gone private, but not private. I get the luxury of private on a medical card expense. Ow. Not that I fucking need it, but yeah, I do need it. Been 5 years waiting for this. It's gonna be a winner. Wicked dinner! Okay, let's glue his arms on and be fucked with it. Easy. Tiny bit, what? Too much glue. That one on there like that, and bing bada boom, Bob's your uncle, Vanny's your aunt. As long as we have freedom of speech, you can't stop me from saying shit. Basically, the only difference is between men and boys is our toys get more expensive. Yeah, he's coming along nicely, so I'll get the have the two of them up to that stage there now, and then it's time to work on the third one, and then I'll go back to the first one and I'll bring him up to a nicer stage, and so on and so forth. And this one is loose, but that's okay. I'm going to keep him loose until I am happy with it. Recommend you get one of these anyway. Paint handle. You can get the ones from Army Painter or GW or some other company, whichever one. But just get a paint handle. These ones I find that they're comfortable because they're big enough and you can hold them in your hands. You're not holding the model like that, and you don't get cramps in your hands. But it also saves oil from your skin transferring to the model. So yeah, just even if you just pick yourself up on, you don't need a whole ton of them. Ow. Actually feels like there's an actual just nail or pin just driving around in there, like. I know it's only the after effect of the needle going in, but fuck, it's sore. You know, after getting to a certain stage, and it's like, but yeah, I definitely need some WD-40. Years ago, it actually was sounding like a creaking door. Every time I moved my arm, it would go. You just piss off my mum so much with that sound. She's like, yeah, stop it. Come up beside her and just go. Like, I know I'm missing parts on him already. Like, I've got to go around the rim parts on his shoulders there after sticking them on, doing this, getting that recess in and everything, and I gotta go in between his arms there. But I kind of just want to just go back to that first model and start tidying up the McCrag on it, but I have to keep going. Ooh. Yeah, I love working on the details. Like, you know, it's some of the boring parts that I hate. Like, my favorite part of painting is edge highlighting. What would be my most worked on model? What's my most worked on model, bro? One that I've been working on for a long time. I don't know why I keep asking him, like, you know, he's like my library. He knows what paints I have, what paints I don't have, what models I have. And he lives in a different county. He's like my personal inventory. You probably actually know how many hours I spent on one of my models. Would it be Marnus Calgar, bro? eBay restoration. Because I'm still working on him at the moment. Gilliman. Mm. 40k Gilliman. I did spend a lot of hours on him, alright. Marnus is kind of touch and go, isn't it? Yeah, there's a captain where myself and my brother had a captain spin-off. His cloak got the better votes, but I got the better in detail. I don't know. Of the finished, yeah, but you're right. Yeah. Yeah. He does the better white. But I have to say, this time I've done a really good white on my lieutenant from Indominus. I have to say, it's a really clean white. Like that shield though. That fucking camera is seriously, what the fuck, like? You wish the fans love you more. They only love you because they pity you. So yeah, he's just a little bit over battle ready. But my first time doing white was the apothecary. Remember the apothecary challenge, bro? Oh, he'll never forget it. That's because I won't let him forget it. So my first time doing white was the apothecary. Now it is chalky in places, but that's because I put it on very thin. But yeah, I have to say I love this model. The recess shading is brown instead of blue, so it looks more of a warm white than a cold white. So I want to get another apothecary and do it again, and do it with a blue shading instead of a brown shade. So therefore I get the two different effects of the white. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do like it myself. Right, we're coming up to the last 10 minutes. Let's see if we can do it in a little quick 10-minute breakout sesh. Yeah. Love that song. Hang on, because I didn't really get to hear the starting of it. Love this song. It's absolutely chilling, it is. My brother says dubstep is for pussies, but it's not. I spent years looking for my type of music, but it was only to realize that my type of music that I was into just wasn't out yet. So at the minute I'm using Black Templar contrast to do the recessed shading, but I should be using the silicon grey, which is the newer way to do it now, instead of Dragonhof Nightshade. So the silicon grey is the newer way to do the recess shading. But you can achieve the same effect by using Black Templar. Just water it down a bit. So contrast paints are amazing paints because they go over other colors so well and they give amazing effects. Okay, so if you were to put a brown contrast paint over a metallic color, you're going to get an absolute gorgeous effect. Yeah. How do you make things look aged, weathered, or battered? There's many different ways of doing it. There's techniques of doing stippling, dry brushing, shading, glazing, or even by using weathering powders. My personal favorite of doing weathering is it's in between stippling and shading, because the only way to do weathering is actually shades, because if you look at it, weathering dulls colors, alright? So if you leave something out in the sun too long, the color fades. Okay. So you gotta, the more realistic you think about it, the more realistic it's going to turn out on your model. And that's the thing of applying it. So you just gotta think about it realistically, on how certain things affect things in the environment. Alright, What would happen if water was to smash up against a very, very soft rock? Over time, it's going to start disintegrating, but the newer rock is going to be wetter and exposed, but the colors are going to be brighter, and on the outside that the rock has been is going to be duller, because it's been exposed to the elements of the wind, the rain, the rust, other bits and pieces flying through the air and battering that rock as well. Because there will be sand in the air, kind of acting like a grinder up against that soft rock. So that rock is going to be, the outer part of the rock will be duller, whereas the newer way will be brighter. Or the newer part of the rock will be brighter. Well, thank you very much. I do hope I can help with anything. So I find that the best way to do weathering is by shades. And here is one where I have been doing it. And that's where you can see it mostly. Alright, is that the dirt and the grime is coming up from the bottom and it's moving out towards the top. So all the dirt and the grime is getting caught in the recesses. So that's a little way of putting it. Then if you wanted to, you could put lighter parts of mud onto it. Okay. So that's just by using a normal brush and just controlling the shade. I can turn that music down just a wee bit. So shades are your best friends. But you gotta be careful with them, alright, because they can be a wee bit shady. In the face on my brother, it would be like, oh, I can't believe he just did that. And there we go. Gotten up to 10 minutes. Nice little paint session. So that was a nice lovely 2-hour paint session anyway. We got oh no, we can't call it yet. We cannot call it yet. We didn't do his shoulder pad. We can't call it yet. See, I'd also be painting these in my off time. You dishonor the chapter. Sean, you dishonor the chapter by being a blood angel. You can't go anywhere without your chaplain holding your hand. Just in case you go into a blood rage. He tried to shoot me down. He tried to shoot me down. Some of the lore in Warhammer is actually pretty awesome. The Blood Angels have this rage complex. They're vampires, and the more blood they end up getting, they start succumbing to a thing called a blood rage. And the only way to calm them down, no, they become Death's Company, bro, when all of their armor is black. Get your lord right. Yeah, so they succumb to being the blood rage, and the only way to calm them down is actually having a chaplain in the squad. But they are very vicious, and they can end up turning against their own when they are in a blood rage. So be careful what chapter you choose. But the Primaris, like women then, only on one time in a month. But not all women are like that. No, not all women are like that now. And there we go. All done and dusted for now. So that's the shading of the recesses done for now. So that's the two models that we have done, up to a certain stage. And then I'll be working on the third one in my downtime. It was the week before I had to go into hiding. Looking good thus far. Nah, my ex was lovely during that time of the month. Yeah, not all women are really bad during Tom. Okay. Yummy. 100% isopropanol. Stay tuned to find out why Ian died. If I was to die from licking paint and drinking paint water, it would be in a long time for now. Yeah, thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate it. If you have any more friends and family who would consider subscribing or would like to learn more about Warhammer or hobby painting, we'll even be diving into D&D nights. That's going to be Sean's plan anyway. So he's going to be getting on top of that. We're going to be playing D&D. So eventually when he gets a computer, we'll be able to host a live stream together where you'll see his channel, my channel together, and we'll actually be able to host a nice lovely thing. So yeah, we have loads of content that we just want to share for the world, and it'll be all coming and going. So till Wednesday 7:30 is the next time we will be going live for another paint session, or if the community wants to change it up a bit and we go to do the digital artwork instead, or a game night, that's no bother at all. We can do that. But until then, stay happy, stay creative, and keep on painting. And thank you for joining.